Welcome back to the pod you're looking for. I'm Josh, and this is Sam. And on today's episode, we've got a lot we're going to be discussing. We got to talk about the new Fallout trailer. We have a bunch of other things, including Lego Batman new game announced and the trailer for that. We also have a few fantasy drafts that we're going to be doing, tying in directly with the season. I know
football
you and
season,
I have
baby. Come on.
Things going on this weekend, so that's going to be exciting to be able to do. So we got a bunch of different things we're going to be talking about, covering a wide variety.
A little bit of everything.
Yes.
This is the Everything Bagel episode.
A little bit of everything.
This is episode 13, the Everything Bagel episode.
We do have plenty of stuff that we still have a lot of interest in talking about over the next coming weeks. I did want to put a little announcement out. Not announcement. But I would love, if anybody is watching this now, we're thankful for all the support with these things. And Sam's iPad died. We are thankful for all that. But if you have any sort of ideas of things that you want us to talk about, I mean, we've got plenty, and we keep chugging along. But if you ever have any movies or any suggestions for us of things to talk about or cover, we'd love to hear that, especially with the Halloween season coming up.
Yes.
We have our own movies that we want to check out and make sure we're on top of, as well as the ones we always usually watch and love. But if anyone else has any Halloween recommendations for movies that would fit well for that month, we'd love that. Comment that wherever you're seeing this. Hopefully that'd be great.
I don't think either of us were big horror guys growing up.
No.
I only just started introducing myself slowly to these horror movies in the last 2 years. So
Totally.
I watched in the last 2 years. I think I've watched The Shining, Halloween. Still haven't seen Alien, which is crazy.
You need to watch
OG
that
Alien.
yeah.
And I hear the sequel is almost better.
Yeah.
I haven't seen. I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre a couple years ago, which was that was cool. Just a different medium, but I'm very curious.
Yeah, I'm all in on that.
I don't think it's anything I'd ever be obsessed by outside of the Halloween season.
Agreed.
I'm never going to be a year-round horror guy, but
No.
I definitely, if there's recommendations and stuff that I'm missing out on and you're missing out on, I want us to check it out.
I want October to be nothing but just watching these movies.
100%.
And then I'm never going to touch it again until next year. So
Yes.
that's the plan. So anyway, if anyone has anything there, that'd be awesome. Again, thank you for everything. If you could continue to subscribe if you're seeing this, that'd be great. Follow us on any platform. That'd be awesome. We do have some news things we want to start out today with.
An even bigger news day than last time.
I know. News just keeps on coming.
It was a pretty big news day.
It was a big news day. There's something you're looking for, man. It's a big news day.
It's one, it's the pod.
Yeah.
Two, it's the news day.
First things first, dude. Can we talk about the new Lego Batman trailer?
We absolutely can.
Oh my gosh.
Holy moly. That's the type of thing you're busy at work and you get that announcement and you just drop everything. I'm taking a 3-hour lunch today.
Did you know it was coming out? I had no idea until all of a sudden you sent it to me.
You know what's funny is there was no word, and then the day before, a rumor started circulating online. Is it still Travelers TT Games or whatever making all the Lego games?
Yeah, maybe.
I forget whoever, whether it's just, I forget if they're still the main person behind the Lego games or if it's just Lego.
Mm-hmm.
There was some rumor that circulated that the Lego game people were developing a massive open world Batman game that spanned every Batman movie ever. And that was just a rumor, but that was literally 24 hours before the actual thing dropped, and I think that Lego must have had an announcement prepped for later on, and then when things started leaking, they just
put it out.
Yeah, they were that close to announcing it anyway, they just dropped everything.
Which is so much more smart. I love when they just decide to do it on their own terms.
Yeah.
Which is why I was glad with all the stuff leaking from the Spider-Man set that they put out all those pictures of the suit and stuff. That just makes the most sense. Anyway,
100%.
Anyway, sorry.
So what do you think? Because I know you played the Lego games.
I did
growing up, right?
I did. I probably am not the quintessential I grew up on them and I loved them.
Sure.
However, I grew up on them and I did love them. You know,
the Batman ones.
Yeah, specifically. Yeah, I remember the second one being Now, again, I don't really remember the specifics of all the stuff, so it's hard to, go back in my mind, but I remember loving the second game and thinking it was incredible.
Dude, every time you queued up as Superman and took flight and the OG theme started playing.
Dude, it's so good. It's really good. And it's kind of fun sometimes to just have, a moment to, go back to your past and, just to be able to, revisit it. And, yeah.
Did you play the Arkham games growing up, or no, you didn't?
No, I haven't. I have them downloaded.
What's interesting, it seems as if this game is literally just a Lego Arkham game.
Really?
It seems like they've taken a lot of the gameplay elements of that, which I'm curious to see how it translates over. But even from the combat, the exploration, the flight, or the grappling and the whatever. Like it seems like a lot of it carries over, even like down to like some of the gadgets that he uses.
That's cool.
There's a lot of similarities, so I'm very intrigued. It'll probably, honestly, you'll probably see like a huge rise in Arkham downloads and stuff because of how similar the games seem to be. Which if anybody hasn't played those, including
I need to.
those are like a must play, like Spider-Man level must play. Yeah,
okay,
huge.
Okay.
Very excited for this game. When is it? Do we know? First quarter 26 or second quarter?
I think so. I think
it was second. I don't think it was right away in 2026.
That's all good. Did you see there's a Halloween? Cool. Speaking of Halloween, did you see there's a Michael Myers, a Halloween game similar to Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Really?
Yeah.
Coming out?
A couple years ago, they came out with that Texas Chainsaw game. They're coming out with a Halloween one where it's like somebody plays as Michael Myers and the rest of the people have to like escape.
That's cool.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. We need to revisit some of those.
Yeah.
Our private time.
Yeah.
They'll be on the Patreon if you want to watch them.
$85 a month.
That's all.
But
the low price.
I'm excited for it. It was cool to see all of the changes that they did in the trailer. Where like revisiting things from the movies, but like the way they like mixed and matched stuff together was funny. Like them redoing, for instance, I remember specifically noting the scene from the Batman where Penguin's car flips.
Yeah.
But it's like the different version, and then he like I don't know, that was cool.
I'm curious to see if, because they said that it would only be 7 playable characters, it would be like just the Bat family. And then, like, Commissioner Gordon, yeah. I'm curious to see if you'll see the multiple iterations of the villains. I'm curious to see if, like, once you finish the story, you'll be able to unlock different villains or characters and stuff.
And that'll be to be.
I don't know. It almost seems like they're setting it up to be more. You get 7 playable Lego characters, and then you get, like, a bunch of customization. You can bling out the Batcave. It sounds like there's, like a 200 suits or 100 bat suits or something like that. So it sounds crazy. But I wonder, it sounds as if that's where the customization comes, is rather than having a ton of characters, there's a ton of suits for the characters. And you, like, really customize that. So I don't know, it's intriguing.
They didn't mention anything about, like, a DLC or anything?
They didn't, but then again, they didn't for Skywalker Saga either, and then that had, like, 3 waves of DLC, so I guess we'll have to see.
Okay.
Well, very cool.
Very excited.
Very excited for that.
I'm not going to sleep until it comes out.
You're waiting a while. Something I wanted to ask you about. And I'm saying this as a guy who doesn't have a ton of skin in the game.
Sure.
Appreciates it.
Or a dog in the fight.
Yes. No. Appreciates it, but doesn't know. I haven't watched that much of it to be able to say.
Sure.
I've been seeing a bunch of press stuff for The Paper, which is a show that they're doing, I think, from like the perspective of the people that were doing the documentary of The Office, basically, and they're just reviewing like how they did it all and stuff.
Right.
Which I don't know much about The Office too much, so maybe I want to hear your perspective if that's something you're going to be watching. But to me, I found it a little funny because I was like, "What's next? Are they going to do a documentary of the people documenting the documentary?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's The Office was set up like a mockumentary, so it's almost like within the universe of The Office, there's a fictional team of people that went into The Office and were filming them for a fictional like project that was getting released, documenting The Office. So it was very like, what do they say, like meta or whatever, where it was like you're almost looking at it from like 8 perspectives back. It's like the same fictional team that made the Office project are going over and documenting a failing paper company that, like, in a world of like digital media is like still trying to push out a newspaper. I'm intrigued by it.
Okay.
Now I'll say I see a lot of people complaining, saying, "Oh, the cast looks diverse," and "Oh, it looks like they're pushing a lot of agendas and stuff." If we're being totally real, that's kind of what The Office did. Like, it was a diverse group of people, and it was a lot of like current stuff. If there was a current like social discussion to be had, usually they made like a parody of the discussion in the show. So a lot of The Office was a response to a lot of the discussions happening like culturally at the time. So I don't know if it like being diverse or anything is. I think that because it's so typical to have that be a complaint within movies or TV lately, I think that it's kind of where people are going, and they're kind of not really taking a step back and seeing that that's exactly what The Office was. So it doesn't bother me that much, or at all, to say, you know, oh, look, it's a diverse cast. It's like, of course it is. What I am intrigued to see is if they pull off the brand of comedy that The Office. Here's the problem: the Office was accidentally funny. I don't think they intended for it to be as funny as it did. And then you had, cult this cult following where it's like there's characters that have 3 lines in the entire show that are always in the background, but it's like you might see somebody walking around with a t-shirt of that character. Like there's like within that show there's just a lot of like accidental followings where it's like people just gravitated towards these really random things about the show, and it kind of grew its own lore and notoriety off of this unique brand of comedy that had never been done before. And then you have this problem where people are trying to replicate that. So now this brand of comedy that wasn't really intentional is now trying to be intentionally crafted, and it feels forced or disingenuous. I remember a couple years ago Disney tried to do a Muppets Office-style mockumentary where the Muppets were having Miss Piggy host a late-night show. And it was like a lot of the behind-the-scenes of like, they would have like celebrity guests every episode where it's like whoever would be sitting down with Miss Piggy on the show would like, there'd be like some dysfunction in the office behind the scenes. And it was a very creative idea that I think if they had had multiple seasons, they would have figured it out. It just felt too forced because it felt like they were trying to copy The Office too much. And so I would say for the paper, I would say it's a great idea. Great premise that doesn't feel too dependent on The Office. I would hope that the studio. I would hope that what is it, NBC? I hope that they stick with it. Give it like 2 or 3 seasons because I'm almost sure that the first season's not going to be that great. But neither
trying
was
to find their footing.
Neither was The Office, and so I think that like if they could just keep chipping away at it until they kind of craft their own identity, I think that it could be something. But yeah, I'm trying to hold my reservation back until I've seen as much of it as possible. Thankfully, they're dropping all the episodes at once, so we'll see.
Okay. So you're going to be watching.
September 4th, so
okay.
I will be watching, yeah.
Okay, well, I will not be.
Okay. All right.
So, growing up, it always felt like you were either to me anyway, you were either a fan of The Office or a fan of Friends. And my sister was a fan of both, so
sure.
I know it's possible. But
so what?
I always grew up on Friends, and that was the thing that was a little more funny to me. The Office felt like, kind of as you were describing it, as just a little bit too forced to me. Like, it felt like I was just kind of like, what am I watching? The only parts that I thought were really that funny was when it felt like it wasn't supposed to be funny. Like, just the random cuts of the camera.
That's exactly it.
And, like, it was, like, chuckle-worthy to me. Like, I never really thought any of the other stuff going on was that funny. Now, I get it from, like, a perspective of Friends is a show for me that, like, has always been fun to turn on in the background where you're, like, it just feels very, like, homey. Like, it feels
very
like...
cozy. It's a cozy show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, when you have a rough day or something and you don't want to think too much, it's nice to just put it on and feel like you've got something there.
Sure.
And maybe that's how other people felt. I just haven't felt that with The Office yet. So
I think The Office has like an anxiety-inducing brand of comedy too. Like there's scenes where like Michael just gets in certain positions where it's like it's hard to feel relaxed because you're just watching these really ridiculous situations play out.
My girlfriend just showed me the other day the one where it's him, where he like offers to sponsor like all these kids' school and pay for their schooling.
Yeah,
and like I was really cringing at that.
It's really
like,
hard to watch.
It is a hard.
There's some tough stuff, and there's like stuff where it's like characters like each other and they'll like put their hands on each other, and it's like very awkward, like very awkward.
It is
situations
very awkward
where you feel like you're like you walked in on something you shouldn't see.
Yeah,
and I will say also part of The Office's success for years and years and years is there's some comedy actors that like enter a project and their brand of comedy is so effective and so well crafted that like the project itself creates an identity around this person. And that was kind of what happened with Steve Carell. And I think that between like John Krasinski, Jenna Fisher, Rainn Wilson, there's several other actors within there that have their own identities now. But I think at the time the show was so dependent on Steve Carell's brand of comedy that when he left and the show tried to create its own identity without him, it just felt hollow. And so the paper has a unique opportunity to create its own identity from the start that doesn't depend on somebody that good at what they do. But it also could be a disservice because, like, Steve Carell being that good at what he does is what made The Office as good as it was. So I don't know. So it's intriguing. I have no idea how it'll play out. Unfortunately, it'll probably be one of those canceled after one season things, which sucks because I think especially nowadays, like, people don't give stuff enough of a chance.
Mm-hmm.
But if it can be a show that pushes buttons and, like, touches on controversial stuff, but, like, is very self-aware and not afraid to, like, push the boundary a little bit, because that's what The Office was. It knew where the line was and it crossed over it without hesitation. And I think that that's what the paper needs to be. It can't address hot button things and then, like, walk in another direction. Like, if you're going to make it obvious that you're aware of certain things, like, you need to really
lean into it.
You need to make the audience uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's where the cult following comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we got next?
I had something that I wanted to share specifically for you. Other people don't even need to see this.
Oh, excuse us.
K-pop Demon Hunters is now the most watched movie on Netflix, and they're looking to do a sequel. It also is the first movie in 45 years to have 3 songs simultaneously in the top 5 of the Billboard Hot 100. Now is the time you need to watch this movie. And to clip this, hopefully everyone can bully you in the comments and tell you how good it is, that you need to watch it. No more hating, no more everything. Don't run. Don't run. Face it. Face it and get ready to learn Golden. That's it. That's it.
Gosh,
that's all I want to
dude.
say. So that's my piece. Isn't that kind of crazy, though? The most watched movie on Netflix of all time. That's kind of nuts.
That is kind of crazy, because there's even stuff like Martin Scorsese's, like The Irishman.
Yeah.
I think of certain, like, exclusive things.
I will say, I looked at the list of the other ones, and I was very surprised to see what else was on that list. Like, it was a bunch of movies I would have never guessed were that high. So, like, the second most that it just passed was Red One, which I have seen, which is the one with have you seen
Dwayne
this?
Johnson.
Yeah, with Dwayne Johnson. Yep.
Chris Evans?
And Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds.
I don't think Chris is.
Yeah, no, he's in something else.
Yeah,
And it was fine. It was. But anyway, it's
it's just funny. So
there's my piece on that. There's my piece on that.
That
Now
almost upsets me a little bit.
I know.
Know. It speaks to the power.
it upsets you. What's wrong?
It speaks to the power of the overseas market.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Netflix knows how to kind of appeal to everybody.
Have you seen that with, like, the I hadn't even heard of this until, like, just recent, that movie Neja 2 or whatever? Like, I don't know if you've heard of this at all.
Is this that animated thing
Yeah,
that made
it's
like
animated.
$1 billion
I've never
in like
heard,
10 days?
Dude, crazy stats, and
Yeah,
it's
dude.
all from overseas stuff.
Dude, it's
It's
totally
absurd.
for real. It's the I believe that there's something about, like, the laws of what you can put within a movie released in China.
Yes. Yeah.
But if you create a project that, like, abides by all of the guidelines that China has set, like, that's a huge boost, dude. And there's a lot of, like, Superman even had, like, not to bring that up, but, like, there's several scenes that had to be altered in Superman, so it kind of suffered a little bit overseas. But yeah, dude, if you can make a movie that, like, just, like, clean passes through, like, China,
Yeah.
that's that's a monumental boost in your favor. And that's part of why Endgame, I believe, was so successful, because it was
Past all the things.
Yeah, largely it was just like a fan servicey movie that, like, only had one kiss scene at the very end with Captain
Right.
Peggy, and it was just a regular kiss.
Because Disney knew how to milk the pony for China well.
Exactly.
so it just worked out.
And
It
make
just
no
worked out.
mistake, it is all about milking the pony.
It really is.
Come on.
Dude.
It really is.
That's crazy, dude. 3 songs,
Yeah.
and you said in the top 25 years?
In the last
Or in
45
the
years.
years, and there's the top 3 and the top 5. So it's 3 in the top 5. Isn't that nuts?
I'm trying to think, not even like Frozen? Or like the Lion King
Can't
remake or anything?
Stats are stats, man. I'll tell you what. It's better.
I feel like
Better
there has to be a movie that...
better than both.
Better than what? What were you about to say?
We're not getting into that.
What movie were you about to drop, dude? Oh my gosh, it's getting too much. If I just gonna have to watch this?
Yeah. While I was gone a week, you did a big service for all of us. You reacted to the Fallout trailer for us.
I did. You were gracious enough to join me.
I was.
You rose up from the
I
ashes.
came down.
I called your name and you appeared.
You actually didn't tell me about that, and I had a good laugh watching that. That was hilarious. But since
It's
then,
nice to have you.
I actually did go back. You told me about this. I did go back. I watched the whole show.
You did, dude.
I did watch the whole show. I've watched the trailer. I'm caught up now.
So what do you think? Hold on.
Yeah.
Josh's rating of season 1 of Fallout. 3, 2, 1.
8.7. That's where I'm going. I'm giving it a
That's
crisp
pretty high.
8.7. Yeah,
That's pretty high,
I
dude.
really enjoyed it, dude. And I do want to take this time, real quick. We both know going into some stuff that there's always sometimes that there's a great show that can sometimes feel like it gets ruined, or a great show or movie where there's some sort of saucy moments that can get ruined, but can feel like they ruin the rest of the show. And again, I know we mentioned something like this last week, but there is two things that happen in the show that are both very easily skippable. I didn't really know exactly that it was coming, and I still was able to tell in the moment that there was something that was going to come.
You kind of get like
so
a
it's
gut
really
feeling,
unfortunate.
yeah.
So it's hard for me to feel like I can recommend it at all. For that sake, it is episode 6, and I believe something in episode 1. But it's things that you can avoid, and again, that's something I would look up beforehand. But it is a fantastic show. Everything else, and I really enjoyed it. I felt like going in that I wasn't really sure how I was going to feel about it, and the more I just kept watching, the more I got sold. And
Yes.
episodes 4 through 8, man, I said this to you before, they pick up a lot.
Up to that finale, dude.
So good. Walton Goggins is awesome. Man, I love Lucy's character. It's just really well done. And it's a concept. I never played the games at all growing up or knew
interesting.
anything
Okay.
about them.
Okay.
So I don't know. You might have to tell me if they follow the games well or if it's more just the concept of it.
Yeah.
But to me, I felt like I really didn't understand what was happening for most of the time in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely paid off really well. And I was a little worried because of the way that they were taking the direction of the show. Knowing that they do a season 2, I felt like they were going to wrap it up and start a fresh story in season 2.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm really glad at the way it ends, where they wrap up a lot of aspects of it, but there was definitely things that like you need to see. in
It's a
season
very
2.
solid continuation.
Yeah, and it didn't feel forced at all. It just felt like it was part of the vision. So
It's one of the better finales too of a show where it's like it ends and you're like, I immediately need to find out what happens next. Yeah.
yeah.
So it was really good.
And so, what did you actually think of the Fallout trailer?
I really liked it. The thing with the idea of the Fallout show is it takes place within the same universe and same world and continuity as the games themselves. So it's like everything that happens in the show happens in the same world as the games. But it's like a totally separate thing. Like it's its own story, just within the same post-apocalyptic world and timeline. And so you're able to really take yourself out of, like, as somebody who played the games growing up, like it's easy to take yourself then out of comparing the show to the games and really just be like, let me judge this for about a half second on how well it actualizes the world itself. And then from there, you can just enjoy the story because you're not busy comparing it. Oh, is this a good adaptation of this character? Is it a good adaptation of this thing from the... Like, you're able to just be like, do they do the post-apocalypse well? All right, let me just enjoy what's happening in front of me.
Gotcha.
And so I very much appreciate that it's not like they're trying to, like, redo some big... or reboot some story or something like that. And they take characters, they take things, especially going into Season 2, that were in some of the games... But especially the first season is very separate from the games to where you're able to just enjoy it as its own thing, and I really like that. So the trailer, I like that they're incorporating things from some of the older games, even like it looked like some like gameplay mechanics from the games made it into some scenes in this new season, which looked pretty cool.
That's cool.
And just like cool references like that. It just seems like it's a group of like people who understand the source material very well but have good stories to tell. So I'm excited, and I think that this show really puts Walton Goggins up there for me as like a top 5-ish actor right now.
For sure, yeah.
I love him a whole lot. Like I think everything he's been in, I can't think of one bad thing.
His line delivery is just unmatched, man.
He's just so slick
good
with it, dude. Yeah, he's just a cool guy.
Yeah.
He's somebody that you'd totally want to sit on like a front porch and just like talk to for like 2 hours. He's just a cool dude. I don't know.
I think that's good that they're deciding to kind of move away from it, like you said. I mean, again, I didn't play the game, so I don't know it super well.
Yeah. They're kind of overwhelming.
But you're seeing that exact problem right now with Last of Us, where a bunch of people are just upset because they tried to follow the story close enough, but they're not doing exactly the same way that people are having gripes with it. Which, I don't know if you saw Bella Ramsey's comments about that.
She did the classic "if you don't like it, don't watch" thing, right?
Which, to me, is always the total wrong mindset. Like, I know, I get what the sentiment is. Like there's the both options, right? If you prefer it exactly done this way, like, that's great. But, like, the response to criticism shouldn't be, don't watch it. Like,
you're alienating your largest viewer base.
Yes, your fan base should primarily be the people that played the games. So why are you just putting them on blast?
A lot of times it's like when that line gets thrown out, like, as somebody who is often on the receiving end of it, the and I know you are too, the line, if you don't like, don't watch, a lot of the people you're speaking to are not watching the show to hate on you, like, as an actor. We're watching to see you do justice to this story that we care about.
Yeah.
So it's not like we're trying to find reasons to complain.
Yes.
Like, I'm not...
It's the people not watching that are finding reasons to complain.
I work an 8-hour shift. I'm at the gym for 2 hours, and then I get home. I'm talking to my family for another hour, and then I'm sitting down for the first time, and I have to go to bed in, like, 3 hours. And, like, 3 of those hours, I want to spend one of them watching the thing that you made. So it's important to me that, like, the thing that you worked hard to make does justice to the story that I care enough about that in 3 hours I want to invest a third of my time in. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what it's about. It's not about trying to complain or anything. Now, there are people like that.
Yeah.
And those people are separate.
In every fan base, though.
But I would say a majority of the people who hate on the Star Wars sequels, who hate on the status of Marvel over the last couple of years, who hate on The Last of Us, a lot of it is just people who really have these, like, core memories from these projects that defined their childhood or their teen years or young adult years, that just want to see a good service done to these stories that they really hold close. And I don't think that people have, like, you know, any right to tell them don't watch. It's like I behind that is somebody who waited for years to see this thing on screen, and now they feel bummed out because it's not what they were hoping for.
I'm going to try not to go off on a rant on this, but that is something that bugs me to no end. When you're dealing with entertainment of any kind, you're getting paid, and everything happens for the sake of us to be entertained, right?
Yeah.
The demand for it is how much we like it. That's how it goes. So it just drives me nuts when you get these situations where it's like, well, I'm just going to stay over here and do my own thing. I don't care what you think, if it's bad criticism or not. The point is our entertainment. So if a lot of people are criticizing it, maybe you should pay attention to it. Anyway,
Yeah, dude.
that just, that bugs me.
Cooking.
Okay.
Cooking.
Anyway.
Come on.
Anyway. Woo! Dude, something I was looking at, too. This is totally separate.
Don't hit me. And then tell me.
Sorry. 2026 might be generational. Can I read you off some of the movies and things that are coming out?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
We have Dune Messiah, Avengers Doomsday, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Supergirl, Clayface, GTA 6, Toy Story 5, The Odyssey, Hunger Games, Mandalorian and Grogu, the Batman game, the Lego Batman game, the Narnia reboot, and the biggest of all, the Moana live action. I mean, that's a good way. That's a
Legacy.
But still, dude, isn't that not insane?
That is kind of crazy.
It's like something huge every single month, it feels like.
Wow.
Almost. Like, and I think most of that is pretty much from like May through to like October, where it's just like nonstop.
Did you say Toy Story 5? Because I think that's one of them.
Yeah, I threw that.
Yeah.
I think we're also getting like another Ice Age and maybe Shrek. I think actually maybe
Shrek
got delayed.
I think it got pushed. Because I think they're Sonicking it. I think they're changing the animation. People
Everything
complained about it. They're switching it up, which is good.
It needed to.
Because it got delayed by like 13 months.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, okay, so everything's on the cutting room floor. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Wow. This is like the big year for, what was it, when did Maverick come out? Was that 21 or 22?
22?
Yeah. Whenever that was. Like, that was the big year of, like, general cinema. I feel like next year is, like, the year for, like, the big brand popcorn bucket movies.
Yeah. I actually think it might have been 23, because I think we got that and Across, like, and...
Oh, really?
Was it? No. Can I look this up? Can we do, or can you...
Well...
Yeah, can we...
yeah, can you check it? Maverick came out... Maverick almost came out the year COVID hit, so I feel like it couldn't be 23. It has to be 21 or 2. I'm going to say 2. 22?
22. Yeah,
okay.
You're right. My fault.
Wow.
That's on me. Sorry.
I own that.
I should have checked with him back there. Yeah, I was shaking his head. Yeah, sorry.
That's ridiculous. Sorry,
that's on me.
Silly guy back there.
That's on me.
But anyway,
Silly guy.
we have one kind of last thing.
What
Hold on.
What are you most excited about in that 26 span? If you had to give your top three,
top three.
Top
well,
three.
They're gonna call me a homer. I mean, I'm a homer. So
and let me say this: you can't say the Greta Gerwig Narnia 3 times. Because I know you. You can't list that 3 times.
Being honest, the things I'm most anticipating is Doomsday, Spider-Man.
Sure.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And
I also forgot to mention the Odyssey too is coming out.
You said it. I think you said it.
Did I say it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
The Odyssey.
You're on top.
Maybe Mandalorian and Grogu.
I don't know, man.
So,
and we can get to that.
This might be the segue time. We have some more new Star Wars related that is very interesting. And it kind of ties in. We were actually going to do this discussion a couple weeks ago, but we just didn't have enough time.
Right. We're going to talk about the
discussion of, is Star Wars truly dead? And that was going to be just a very quick piece that we were going to touch on, so as an overall thing.
Mm-hmm.
And originally what I had prepared was that we were going to just go through a lot of the projects and kind of see where we're at, specifically, especially Mandalorian and Grogu.
Sure.
However, we also just got news just yesterday, I believe, of the Starfighter movie that now has confirmed the cast of, I think it was Ryan Gosling, Amy Adams, Aaron Pierre, I know was in it. I know Matt Smith was in it as well.
Dude, fire me up.
Very interesting, which, can we say we were ahead of that? What did we say a couple weeks ago? Dude, we just said that Star Wars problem is that they need more big names in it.
You said this. I'm giving you the credit for this. We were talking about how Marvel's problem is they were too reliant on the big names, and they drifted away from like taking the Chris Hemsworths and the Tom Hiddlestons, who at the time were unknowns, and making them big. Like Marvel drifted too much into like next thing you know, you have Harry Styles playing Thanos' brother or whatever.
Right.
Like and we were saying. Marvel has to revert to picking nobodies and making them somebodies. We were saying Star Wars flip opposite. They have to, in order to bring people back in, take reliable big industry names and bring them into the thing. You said that, and that was like one of my favorite takes you had. And then Star Wars heard our cries.
Right.
And they said, Amy Adams, come on down. I want to apologize to the Planet Fitness lady today. If you know, you know. Anyway.
Well, hold on. No, you can't just say that. you can't just cut it off.
Take me through your thoughts on Starfighter right now.
Dude, there's honestly Ahsoka Season 2, Kenobi Season 2. There's not anything, a potential new Dave Filoni show in addition to Maul. There's been rumors about like a sequel animated show that like bridges the gap between Return and The Force Awakens, which, perfect idea, by the way. I've been making this... I've been
you have said that,
stirring the pot over this idea for years and years and years. Let me just say, there's not a project under the Star Wars umbrella, Mando and Grogu included, that I am more excited for than Starfighter.
Wow.
I'm so excited.
Wow, dude.
I am so excited for this movie. I really think it's like this is like, dude, and I think there's a part of me that if I hadn't seen Ryan Gosling in Blade Runner, I don't know if I'd see the vision. But dude, he could so sell like the edgy like bounty hunter pilot type thing. Like he could, dude, it could be so good. It could genuinely be so good. And Matt Smith is awesome. Like I know people give him a bad rap because he was in, what was it?
I only knew him.
Morbius?
Oh, yeah.
And people give him a bad rap. He's a great actor. Like he's phenomenal.
I remember him being good in Doctor Who.
He was the Doctor for a couple years, and then he was in The Crown. He was great in that. Just like a seriously, he's just a classy actor who like brings sophistication to every role that he has. And I really seriously think that like he's going to be. Apparently, he's the villain. I think he'll be great. Amy Adams, I don't get the hate. I do not get the hate. I really think Amy Adams is solid, and I think she's very versatile. I'm intrigued. And then there was who was the other? There was another Mia Goth. Was she the supporting female lead? It looked like great actress. She sells emotion well, like Panic and yeah. She's in a lot of horror stuff recently. I think, right? Is she the one that was in the movie Mia Goth? Right?
Yeah,
I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Very excited. We know nothing about the plot other than that it takes place, I think, 10 years post Rise of Skywalker.
Yep.
Which is an iffy time period, because I don't know if anybody cares about that stretch, but any story could be told at that point.
I think the distinction, though, is at least it's totally separate of everything. Like,
sure.
Like, the point is this story is widely just like it's not part of anything at all.
And for the first time since Force, you're telling a story where, like all the spin-offs have been, it's a solo story, but we know what happens to Han Solo.
Right.
We just watched him get tossed off a bridge a year before. Why should we care? Oh, Rogue One, it's about the people who found the Death Star plans.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best Star Wars projects ever. Still has like no suspense of disbelief because you're like, none of these people make it.
Yeah. It's
You
the
knew
first
that.
one that's just totally open.
Right. It's the first thing where it's like, I have no idea how this goes. And I think that's exactly what Star Wars needs. It needs people that are reliable to lead it, which Sean Levy, Deadpool Wolverine, Free
Yep.
Guy,
Yep.
Night at the Museum.
You know I'm in on that.
Oh my goodness. So I think that like everything, like this whole thing, if they could get Ludwig Göransson to do the score,
Mm-hmm. We're back.
or even who did the...
He isn't he?
Is he?
I think so.
I don't know.
I
I
saw
would
that.
say, dude, I want him or the lady who did Loki.
Ooh,
The Loki theme.
Yeah, I love
Natalie-
the Loki theme. I don't know.
What is her name? Natalie Holt. Natalie
Yeah,
Holt.
Natalie Holt.
Dude,
Okay.
Natalie Holt, Ludwig Göransson, to make a post-apocalyptic type sounding Blade Runner-y, synthy. Oh my goodness, dude, this movie could cook. I'm being totally for real. The only thing they're missing, and it sucks because he's busy, the guy who did the cinematography for the Batman.
Oh,
Dude, imagine something like
that
that.
would be incredible.
Just like a moody,
Yeah.
moody,
Yeah, yeah.
very like dimly lit, like gritty bounty hunter
different
movie.
vibe. Yeah,
We need something.
they haven't done anything.
We
like
need
that
a
ever.
stylized Star Wars movie again.
Yes.
Like Rogue One was the stylized Star Wars movie where it was the gritty underbelly of the rebellion.
Mm-hmm.
Like the people who rolled their sleeves up and got their hands dirty so the Empire could fall. And then you have Andor doing the same thing. We need something like that.
Yeah, yeah. Can we?
What about you? What do you think about
Well. Before we get any further into this, I would love. Can you grab those cards real quick?
Oh, hold on, a little
We're
dusty.
doing
a little dusty because
yeah,
you were
get
on
'em
your
off, get
vacation
'em
here.
off. Yeah. You ready? Hold them up. I want no reaction or no saying. You got to quickly hold it up. Okay.
Okay.
5 seconds, ready?
Okay.
Star Wars is a truly dead franchise. 3, 2, 1. Wow, we both agree.
It's dead.
It is dead.
It is dead.
It's for sure dead.
And that's why it needs Starfighter to be the best thing ever.
Yes. So I have a take on this actually.
Dead in the water.
That I think Star Wars right now, the way it's currently sitting, it's entirely dead.
Mm-hmm.
I do think there's a way that they can revive it. However, I think that there is only a leash for about a 5-year period, and then it's done.
Right.
I think there's only so much left that they can do, period. And I think that there are some actually intriguing things, but I don't want to see any more, man. Like, I have screamed this from the rooftops for so long, but that Star Wars is designed as a story, not a universe. And that drives me nuts, because as we've just gotten more and more on, it just totally takes away from what the core of Star Wars actually is, you know? And it's like, somebody asked me the other day why I feel that way, but I don't feel that way about Marvel. And I was like, well, Marvel is designed around it's a universe where it's characters coming and going and things happen.
It's like an infinitely unraveling universe.
Yes, whereas Star Wars was, the whole point is, it's Anakin, it's Luke, boom, it's this family, it's the Skywalker family, but it's just Anakin. Like, Anakin is the point. You get rid of him, you conclude that story, and it wraps everything up. As far as I'm concerned, like, it's done. Like, I think there are cool things that they have done. I think there are cool things they still could do. I, for one, would still love to see Old Republic stuff. I would be a sucker for a live-action Clone Wars thing. I would love to see more animated things. You had this idea, actually, and maybe you want to share a bit about that. But just your animated version of a post-Return of the Jedi animated series, which would be awesome.
Yeah.
I think that there's only so much left you can do, man. And it's just, I think that if they want to set their mind to it, they could put out a, 8-year plan, set up, okay, this is going to be the trilogy we're going to do. We have these side movies, we have these other TV show projects we're going to do, and then it's done. That would be what I would vote for. And I think you could get a lot of people bought into that if you kind of sold it as this idea. I don't know if they'll ever do that. I don't think they will. But I think that'd be better than dragging it through the mud and having nobody pay to watch it anyway.
Right.
So I have written down a lot of the stuff.
That's supposed to come out. So we can just look at this right now.
Okay.
So as of right now, we have listed as things that are potentially coming out. Maul Shadow Lords.
Mm-hmm.
We have Ahsoka Season 2. We have the Mando and Grogu movie. We have the Starfighter movie. We have a Simon Kinberg trilogy. We also have the Dave Filoni Mandoverse project related. We have a Taika Waititi movie. As well as the Sean Levy movie. So, to me, like, interesting, I guess, but, like, I don't know. Nothing really screams at me there. You know what I mean? Like, nothing really sells me. And I kind of want to hear your thoughts on the Mando and Grogu situation, because to me, I'm not personally that interested in it. I mean, I'm not that interested. I'm super intrigued what they do with it. Does that make sense? Like right now, I don't feel that bought in, but like I'm almost bought in on the fact that I have no idea what they're gonna do. So I'm really excited to watch it. If that makes sense, you get what I'm saying?
Yes. Yep.
So I don't know. I'm just really intrigued to see how that all goes. But am I underrating how good it's gonna do? I just don't feel like it can do that well.
Mando and Grogu?
Yeah.
No, you're not. The problem with Mando and Grogu is it sounds as if it's a feature-length episode of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Which is not good.
No.
It's not good.
No.
This is your opportunity to plug Mando into everything.
Mm-hmm.
And not only have you taken so long that people don't care anymore, but like the problem with The Mandalorian as a show and where it ended up was for the first 2 seasons you had a lot of questions that you didn't have answers to, and you were fine not having the answers to them. You didn't know who Mando was.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know where he came from. You didn't know who Grogu was. You didn't know where he came from. You didn't know who the Jedi was that Mando was trying to get Grogu to. You didn't know what life looked like after the Mandalorian and Grogu went their separate ways. Between the 2 seasons of that and the Book of Boba Fett, you had every question asked and answered almost immediately, like just back to back to back to back to back. You found out who the Jedi was, which, first of all, let me just say, that's not to say Luke appearing at the end of Mando Season 2 is not one of the greatest moments in Star Wars history. It's amazing, and I applaud Disney because it was like one of the few times they've gotten everything totally perfect.
Mm-hmm. It's like the second they did that, then everything fell off.
Right, and then but you find out who the Jedi is. He takes Grogu away, and you're like, oh, so this is where you really you're going to see the Mandalorian shine, because he's on his own. He's not tied down to running errands for Grogu. You're going to maybe even see more of Luke, because he's going to be training Grogu, and that's going to rope Luke back into the fray, and then maybe you get Han and Leia, and then that's how you tie in maybe some of the in-between stuff in future movies leading up to Dave Filoni's movie. Mm-hmm. And then in Book of Boba Fett, you see Luke training Grogu for about 3 days. He gives Grogu the choice to go back to Mando, which, by the way, technically, Grogu's an infant, so who do you think he's going to choose, the lightsaber or his dad? Of course he's going to go back to Mando. And then you find out who Grogu is, who saved him. Everyone was like, oh, okay, well, now we know who Grogu is. He was at the temple when Order 66 happened. But how did he get to wherever to meet Mando? And then you see that the Jar Jar Binks guy, the guy who played Jar Jar Binks, like, he appears as, like, the Jedi Master when he like, takes him and leads him away. So you're like, oh, okay, that's answered, I guess. And so there's no mystery surrounding these characters anymore. Mm-hmm. And I think where we're at with Star Wars, and you spoke to it, the magic of E.T. is that it's one movie.
Shout out the shirt.
Big E.T. guy. The magic of E.T. is that it's one movie. Now, could they have realistically every 5-10 years come out with a sequel and created an E.T. franchise where every 5-10 years E.T. crash lands back on Earth and meets a new kid? Yes. And could they realistically have snuck in a few pretty good movies in that time span where there are stories to tell? 100%. You could even do like one maybe where a kid goes back with E.T. to his planet. There's a lot of stuff you could do. But it's part of the magic that you just don't know what happens next with E.T. And all you have is that one story to work with. Yes. What's essentially happened with Star Wars is, imagine if you had E.T., you had maybe 2 more movies with E.T. that we didn't necessarily need, and then there was one movie where E.T. doesn't even appear and you have just Elliot. And you're like, okay. And in that movie, maybe Elliot hangs out with his neighbor But people are like, oh, the neighbor's a fun character. So then imagine 5 movies in, they're like, all right, now going forward, we're just going to focus on the neighbor. We're just going to have movies about Elliot's neighbor. And you're like, wasn't this E.T.? Mm-hmm. Like, that's what's happened with Star Wars. And you said it. This is a story about the Skywalker family.
Yes.
And whether people liked it or not, that's what Star Wars is. Mm-hmm. It's a core story about a family in space. We don't care about, Skeleton Crew. It's the Goonies in space. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Fully agree with
straight
you.
up, don't care.
Fully agree.
Like, I do not care. It's the Acolyte. Oh, want to know what happened before? No.
Oh, yeah, let's tell you what happened before, but totally disrupt the canon to do it as well.
Right. That's exactly what I'm saying. No, I don't want to know what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's a story about the Skywalkers. Just like Lord of the Rings is a massive universe with a massive amount of lore. But in the context of the movies, does it really only make sense to focus in on the story of Bilbo and the story of Frodo? Yes. That's exactly where the audience should be drawn to. Because everything else is just, if you want it, go get it. Mm-hmm. Like, if you want other stuff in Star Wars, there's books over the last several decades.
Yeah.
Go get your fix.
Mm-hmm.
These movies are, and these shows are like, it should just be the Skywalker saga. And that's what I was speaking to before with the animated stuff. Like, Dave Filoni has a great opportunity to be like, all right, a lot of questions between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. Let's make a multi-season Clone Wars style show around Luke, Leia, Han, Ben as he's growing up. Every season you skip like 5 years and he just gets older and older and older. Snoke comes in and then you start to see. So within 10 years, you have a complete story between Return and The Force Awakens, where maybe if at first people were like, oh, but they're just making it up as they go along. That's what storytelling is. Mm-hmm. Like, if you can craft a really well-written story in between, suddenly the sequels don't look half bad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And instead, we're wasting time. Oh, we're building out the Mandoverse. I wonder who's going to appear in this season. And then it's that same curly-haired schmo of a pilot on Tatooine. You know who I'm talking about.
I know.
I don't know her name.
Yes.
It's the irritating lady from Elf. She worked at the desk.
Where she spends half the season. She's like the focal point for half the season. Not really, but it feels like they're there on that planet
half
for
the season.
so long.
Grogu, don't touch that. Stop talking.
This is the rant I needed.
And I'm looking at it and I'm like, all right, so now we have Thrawn. Now we have the Rebels crew back together. And now we have the Outer Rim and the Outer Regions. And Thrawn is going to Dathomir to resurrect these witches to try and take control of the galaxy.
Which I actually think is cool.
Pretty engaging story, don't you think? We haven't returned to it in 3 years.
I know.
3 years. I don't remember. Like, if I wasn't a deep Star Wars fan, I wouldn't remember. And I shouldn't have to.
No.
Like, you should keep us... If you're going to tell these stories that have nothing to do with, like, the previous continuity, you got to speed it up so that we understand what's happening here. And you're not doing that. And so now you're at a point where if Ahsoka 2, Season 2 is great, I don't care. And if Kenobi Season 2 is great, I love Ewan McGregor. I love Hayden Christensen. But how many times are you going to take these two poor guys and just be like, oh, look at who it is?
Yeah.
No. Like, I'm not a baby with the freaking thing in the crib where it's, like, spinning around and, it's Hayden Christensen. It's Ewan McGregor. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not. It doesn't work like that anymore. Like, you can't, like, the magic was seeing them come back. You got us. Yep. Now tell a substantial story.
Yes.
Oh, you're not going to? Then don't tell it at all.
Right. That's exactly where I'm at.
And so with Starfighter, I think it's exactly what they should be doing. You're telling a stylized story that you're like, all right, you know what? Rather than toe the line and be like, oh, we know this is a crappy show, but look, it's Yoda. Like, tell a story that has nothing to do with anybody or anything, and it's just a space story. Mm-hmm. And you give it the Star Wars brand so it has some measure of financial success and an audience draw, but essentially, because of how removed this is from everything in Star Wars, this is really just a sci-fi movie under the Star Wars brand. Right. It has no actual connection. And that's where the success is going to come.
Yeah, but you see a stormtrooper. That's like the thing. They always just have it where it's like some random shot of a stormtrooper, and it's like, oh, well, it's Star Wars. So
right, exactly.
That's like the thing that they do.
I just don't. Yeah, dude, I don't know. The fan service doesn't work anymore, and it's genuinely, you're at a point where you're like, gosh, they literally couldn't do anything, and that's why I'm thinking, don't try. Just make a new story. Just start fresh. don't keep touching the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna, have it be in an animated medium where everything's possible.
Right.
And it's not live action where you're like, oh, but it's a deep fake, so we have to be respectful to Grand Moff Tarkin's actor's estate. We have to be respectful of how we use his face, so we can't have him in too much. If you're animated, you can do anything. Mm-hmm. So I say if you're going to touch the Skywalker saga, do it through that. Do it in a Clone Wars style animation style.
I love that.
And the audience will come, young and old. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to do live action, tell stories that have nothing to do with anything, so that they can have success on their own that's deserved. If it's a good story, it deserves to not be bogged down by comparisons to Luke Skywalker.
Yeah. I grew up a huge Star Wars fan. That was always the thing that was my number one love.
Yeah, 100%.
First love in movies, first everything. Just Star Wars. And I will not let them take away from my love for the first 6.
No.
Whatever they do, I will always cherish that. So keep that thought in a vacuum. That forever, that and Clone Wars forever is just my favorite, right? Everything else from then has been just so frustrating that you have a guy like me who grew up on it, like literally watched every single show, every second of it.
Yeah.
Nothing I was missing, even if I felt like it was bad. To now where I literally don't care. I really don't care. And the thing that's funny about it too is I'm a guy who loves it. I also am trying to cover this stuff with you on a podcast, and I still don't care. That just shows you the state of where you're at. And it's so frustrating too, because we had a period in 2020 through to like 2022 where there was a little bit of a glimmer of, you know what? Maybe we have something here. You had Mando season 1 and 2. You had the finishing off of Clone Wars season 7, which was unbelievable.
Oh my goodness.
That's some of my favorite everything, man. Those last 4 episodes. You got at least the hype behind an Ahsoka show. You had Bad Batch, which I know you haven't checked out, but I love the show.
Yeah.
So, again, there's just so many things that were all enough for the Star Wars fan to be able to be like, you know what? Maybe if this next thing's great, I'm in. It's just at the point where it's like, I just don't know. Like, I don't think the brand name Star Wars means anything to me anymore. And
Which, how
that
sad is that,
sucks.
dude?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really does.
So it's just a terrible spot to be in.
And I'm tired of pointing fingers at people. I'm tired of saying Kathleen Kennedy sucks, or oh, you stink. The team, don't let Ryan Johnson near Star Wars ever again. Can we be totally honest? Like, Ryan Johnson made some crazy choices with the characters, but he clearly is creative enough that I think if you gave him the right tools, he could tell a solid story. I think you just shouldn't give him characters that people are already invested in.
Right.
And Kathleen Kennedy has headed up she's headed up Star Wars' worst stuff. She's also overseen some of the best stuff in the last 10 years. I mean, every good thing that you've liked from Star Wars in the last 10 years, she had just as much say in as she did the crappy stuff.
Yep.
So I'm tired of pointing fingers. I'm more just like, I don't know how you do it. So they've got a tough task, but it's on them. Make us care again. Yeah. I hate that there's like Star Wars posters on my wall that like I don't just like stare at like I used to as a kid.
Yeah.
I used to like just as a kid like be like, you know,
how cool is that?
Yeah, dude. And it felt just like there was a magic to it.
Yeah.
Dude, there was nothing like the hype for Force Awakens. It really almost at the...
Oh, I remember,
Not to sound weird, when the Force Awakens teaser and the trailer came out, like, that was something... My family had somewhere to be the day that teaser came out, and we dropped everything. As a family. My mom doesn't even watch movies. As a family, and watched a trailer, dude, it was like a religious, like... It was almost like a religious thing. Like, the Pope is in town. Like, the Star Wars trailer's out. Yeah. Like, it was like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know.
I remember going to see that movie, and I went with, like, a group of, like, 15.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Everyone had to be there.
100%.
100%. Yeah. So it's
Make us care again.
It's really too bad. So,
do you think there's any chance, because I saw people on the line making this take, that they thought there was a chance still that Mando and Grogu could hit 1 billion? Do you think that's even possible?
No, I think it'll have a similar return to Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself,
450 million or something.
Because I know a lot of people think, and it's true. Like, for a while there, I don't necessarily say as recent, but for a while there, it did feel like everybody and their brother that didn't really know Star Wars had a Mando and Grogu cup or this or that,
right?
And people knew the Mandalorian. So it's honestly, since Disney took over, like, their most marketable character.
Mm-hmm.
So part of me was like, maybe am I underestimating it? But at the same time, I'm just like, I just don't know if enough people care. Like, I don't know if they do. And again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's something that people go, hey, you know what? Maybe I should go check it out. But I don't see it, like, especially if Superman couldn't get more than, like, 700, like, I just don't see it having even a chance to sniff it.
When you mix the factors of, like, modern streaming with people, the emotional stuff behind why people are done with Star Wars. Like, there's 40-year-old fans of Star Wars that, like, their lack of interest has nothing to do with their older age. It has everything to do with the fact that they're just like, there's no reason to emotionally connect to it anymore.
The second that you mentioned this before, yeah, you mentioned this before, but the second you basically say, like, oh, those things that you thought about specifically, the lore behind it, everything. The second you start teetering on that and kind of changing things up a little bit, where it just kind of feels like a slap in the face of a fan who does know all the lore of it, to the point where the actors are even coming out and saying, like, well, I didn't really know. And, like, I don't really care, to be honest. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Honestly, one of my hot takes is when The Last Jedi came out, like, I liked it a lot. It was probably in my top 3 of Star Wars movies. And
wait, whoa. Whoa.
And I really liked it a lot. Like, I thought, mind you, please take your head out of post-Rise, where you have all the answers.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Can we go back? I'm feeling really flustered. Did you just say Last Jedi was top 3 Star Wars movie for you?
At the time it came out, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't say yeah like that's normal. Are you serious? Ahead of what? Give me one movie. Was Last Jedi ahead of Return?
It was Revenge, Return, The Last Jedi.
Last Jedi was better than Empire Strikes Back.
And then Empire,
Stop.
A New Hope.
This better be for the clicks or something, dude. I don't even know what to say. Man.
No, it's not. And then I had The Force Awakens, Phantom Attack.
Are you for real right now?
I'm being for real.
This might be my least favorite take of yours so far on this podcast. Ahead of Empire Strikes Back, ahead of New Hope.
Keep in mind, when The Last Jedi came out, like, did they make a lot of crazy decisions?
I fainted in theater.
Were there a lot of questions that, like, you were like, this could have any measure of, like, really good to really bad answer, but, like, the amount of, like, really cool things that could happen after this, like... Again, keep in mind, we're thinking Rise of Skywalker, Anakin's coming back. We're thinking, like, it's going to be like an Avengers-level thing. Like, we're thinking, like, everybody's coming back. And we're thinking, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, we were thinking...
I know what you're saying.
Like, at the time when you don't have all the answers, and Rise was just so... Rise is a 1 out of 10 for me. I hate Rise
and Last Jedi is like a 3 out of 10 for me. No, 2 out of 10.
I'll say right now, Rise of Skywalker, right now my ranking is, I think, Revenge, Empire, Return, A New Hope...
I would go Rogue One next.
Oh my gosh, I forgot Rogue One. Yeah. So it'd go Revenge, Empire. Dude, I really like Rogue One. I think I'd put Rogue, Return, A New Hope, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, Phantom Attack, and then the Clone Wars movies at the bottom, because it's just,
Wow.
I love the show, but the movie's terrible.
I would take Attack of the Clones over Last Jedi and oh my
Phantom?
gosh. No. Well, yeah, over
Force?
Phantom too.
Force
And not Force. Force Awakens is ahead of it, I think. I think I would go what's the last one again? I'm sorry.
The Clone Wars movie.
No.
Oh, and then Solo. Solo's at the bottom, I guess.
Solo's
Even below the Clone Wars
movie. What
movie.
is the last one? The 9th one.
Rise of Skywalker?
Rise of Skywalker, thank you. So I would go Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, yeah, and then Rise at the... Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith 1, Empire Strikes Back 2.
It's hard
Return, New Hope, Rogue One, Force Awakens, Attack of the Clones, Phantom Menace, Last Jedi, The Rise of Skywalker.
Sure. Okay.
That's what I would do for the 9.
Yeah, again, so it's fallen. The Rise of
That's
Skywalker
good. No, that's good. That's good. I understand that's
Did
what
nothing
you're
but damage it, but at the time, I think
that was just a crazy thing to hear.
you're also thinking to yourself, Luke is gone, but he's just going to be a Force ghost. Like you're thinking to yourself, like, okay, so he's not. It's not like he's just going to cameo in the next one. Surely he's going to be in it, because you knew at the time that Mark Hamill had signed on for all 3 movies. So you were like, oh, okay, so he's going to be in. You know what I mean? And he was, but he was a cameo, and so I just remember like really enjoying the movie because there was no parameters on what could happen next.
Okay, so future casting.
Similar with The Force Awakens, Han Solo is probably one of my favorite fictional characters of all time. When they killed him, I was devastated, but also I was like, there's 2 movies left and we don't know what happens, so anything could happen. It could be great.
I was distraught leaving Last Jedi. Distraught.
And I know a lot of people were. I don't know why I wasn't, but I don't know. I liked it.
I couldn't even make it out of the theater, dude. I was falling down through the aisles, man. They had to
put me on a stretcher out.
You're slain in the spirit over that.
Wow.
Dude, I needed a little caffeine or something. That just got me right up.
But all that to say, I don't even remember what we were talking about.
I don't even. It's...
yeah, just like how The Force Awakens was a serious event, and like The Last Jedi even was like a great thing. I don't know. I think Starfighter having nothing to do with anything really elevates it, and I would really start to get concerned if like they started to say, oh, this person's coming, and they might be connected to this guy. I'd be a little nervous.
Okay, so you just want to keep it separate.
Oh, the grandson of Cad Bane is. I'd be like, what are we doing?
They will do something like that if I know them. But I like that.
The villain is Barriss Offee's cousin. Oh my gosh, dude. Making me sick to my stomach.
Alright, well, I like that. I think we put a pretty good pin in that.
So Star Wars is dead.
Yes.
But it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, they can do it.
Like, theoretically, it doesn't have to be.
It would take a lot.
I think objectively, it should have... Here's the problem.
Okay.
It should have stayed dead after... It should have been the 6 movies, maybe Rogue One, and the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And then you have a sequel trilogy that could be directed by J.J. Abrams, could be directed by Rian Johnson, but it's executive produced by George Lucas. You welcome him into the fold. You let him oversee everything and have direct control over what, like creative control. Mm-hmm. He doesn't have to be behind the clapboard saying action, but like you put him in charge of like if something's blasphemous, you have him speak up.
Yeah.
The problem is it's just too lucrative a franchise to not do anything. But in a perfect world, it ended after the Clone Wars, Rogue One, and the 6 movies.
I stand by the fact that I think if they were going to do another 3, it had to be directly connected to the story. Which, in my mind, I keep a counter. We got one over in the corner. Write it on a chalkboard every time I mention this on the podcast. But it should have been Ahsoka. Like, she makes sense. She carries the idea of the Skywalker thing. She's not just a manufactured character that you decide is connected somehow.
But the problem is now she is. Now she's too commercialized. She's not like our little secret anymore. She's like everybody's favorite.
But it would have made so much sense if you did. And like, I think that there was a lot they could have done with that story, and it would have actually made sense according to the idea of it being a story. Like, I almost wish there was some way that they could go back and have some sort of, like, things with Thrawn in like, Clone Wars times. Like, almost just so that it would be even more connected.
Sure.
So then it would have really felt like another 3 is needed. Because then it would have been, like, you have the scene in Clone Wars Season 7 where Anakin trains Ahsoka to be able to survive Order 66.
Yep.
And then you have the exact same scene payoff where it's like, wow, look, Anakin saved it. So, like, if it was almost something where, like, Anakin being the reason that... as well, that, like, Ahsoka could defeat everything in this. Like, that feels connected enough to me that, like, while it's maybe not exactly the story as how I would, like, say it, like, at least it makes sense. So, I don't know. That's just...
And you could even, in an Ahsoka-led trilogy, right, like you said, incorporate the original trilogy characters. But, like, when push comes to shove and everything comes to a head, she's the one who saves the day.
Yes. Yeah. And just don't ruin your core characters. Don't spit it on all the characters that we all grew up loving.
The thing that devastates me the most about the sequels and it kills me that I'll die with this like on my heart.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that we never got a scene with all of the original people together. We never got Han, Luke, and Leia together, dude.
No.
That like really seriously kills me. And it's not like the fact that it happened and you can't. Carrie Fisher's gone. You can't do it. Like it's just like crushing. It's just a bummer, dude. Like that's the one complaint I think I've ever had internally about any movie related thing where it's like I can't think about it too much or else I'll like seriously get like emotional.
Yeah.
Because like, dude, there was so much like you couldn't. Like, it was like in the Avengers, it was like Cap, Thor, and Iron Man never sharing a scene together.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, that just isn't fathomable. And then they just did it, and we're like, oh, no, that's like, no, like, you know, hop on the train. If you don't like it, then don't watch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't know. So I want to be so positive about Star Wars, but there's literally just, like, objectively speaking... if there's a Star Wars thing worth watching, I want to be at the premiere. I'll be sat. I'll be excited. Like I want to be, objectively, just as somebody who's looking at what's in front of you with honestly, no emotional investment right now. There's nothing to be excited about.
No,
nothing. And you're at a point where I don't even want to return to the original 6 right now.
Okay,
that's where I'm personally.
Okay.
I know that you said you're like those are your things and you're protective
I've dealt
of them.
with that in my personal time.
I've wrestled with it for a while. I played Star Wars Battlefront 2 for. What did it come out in 2017? I've been playing it for 8 years. This is the first year where I've been like, it's sitting there in my menu screen, and I like literally, it's like the last game that I consider clicking on. Like I have no desire. It's Star Wars. The idea of Star Wars has like no pull right now.
Yeah,
that's a bummer.
Sad place to be. Let us know if your feelings on Star Wars. So you'll have to tell us how you feel. You agree with the I just get emotional.
Like you're moving on. I
know, still stuck in it. We go to the next segment, and people are still whatever. Do you want to introduce us into this?
Well, I'm curious. I wonder. I'm going to close this window because I've been.
Go ahead and do that.
It's pouring right now.
Yeah. Do you want to introduce us into the segment, dude? I mean, you have your 49ers hat on, which maybe you can share for the people how you're feeling going into the football season.
I do. Well,
yeah, just a little. No. You're gonna start crying again now.
I know. Too much sadness in one episode. Yeah, I'm a big 49ers fan, big football fan. I think it's tough. I think it's tricky because you have a team that's been at the top for so long. And I'll make this quick because this is a movie podcast. People don't care. You have a team that's been at the top for so long, and it's like we've gone to 2 Super Bowls in the last like 5 years. So there's really nothing technically to complain about. Like you see, I get a lot of living in New York. You get a lot of like Giants and Jets fans being like, "Oh, just be grateful you're at the top."
Yeah.
Just be grateful. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, but like we keep losing, and not only that, but we keep losing to the same team, and not only that, but we keep losing to literally the most insufferable group of people that have ever picked up a football.
The Chiefs.
Ever. The Chiefs. Dude, the team, the players, the fan base, if you're a Chiefs fan watching right now, get out of here.
No, don't
unsubscribe.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No. It's tough as a 49ers fan. I wish I was in the Chiefs' shoes. They look like they're having a lot of fun right now.
I will say, I'll let you have your thing with it. I will say, being a guy who's seen his team barely make the playoffs and then routinely just get their butt kicks every time they make it, like I would kill to have the moment to just get there. So.
I know. So I know it's a big thing.
Yeah.
So like I can't be too bummed out. But I think it was like you're in the Super Bowl twice and you're down to the last 10 minutes and you're ahead. And then you give it up both times in the exact same way. And even like, dude, like the last Super Bowl we were in, Chiefs, it was overtime, literally the last 5 seconds of overtime the Chiefs won.
Yeah.
So it was literally down to like, if they don't make it in the next 5 seconds, we win the Super Bowl. And to have your like, it sounds dramatic, but as a football fan in that spot, it's like, it's all that matters.
Yeah.
As a football fan, it's like, to have like 5 seconds, like it felt like my life was altered. Like to think that 5 seconds changed.
Either way it went was going to alter your life.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's like you're just gutted. So like now I'm in a spot with football where it's like, I feel a little like emotionally traumatized. I feel like a little removed. I feel like I've had my out of body experience where I've watched my team in the Super Bowl twice, and I've had the joy of watching them play in it, but then the devastation of watching them lose both times. And then I watched them lose to the Ravens back in 2012, the Arball Bowl, when the Koch brothers played each other. Just as a bummer.
Yeah.
But I am excited for football because
Yes.
we're big on, you and I are both big on fantasy football. We're big on like all the drafts and everything. And
Yes.
so I'm excited for the idea of football being back. Hopefully I'll find my hype for the 49ers along the way.
Yes.
But it's not there at the moment. I had this idea. I kind of reached out to you. I said I think we should do some fantasy drafts for movies and for some characters. So you put together some prompts here, some pretty exciting categories.
Yes.
And we're going to do like different topics. And you and I are each going to pick. We've created draft boards of our own, and we're going to go back and forth, 5 rounds.
Yes.
We're each going to make one selection. We're going to make a team of 5 for each
Yes.
thing.
Kind of basketball style if you were going to do it.
Of course, you're
on the
starting
court,
5.
Right.
Yeah.
And like the way you do it too, right? You wouldn't want to just be like all the same player. You know, maybe you want a little defense here, you want a little offense here, anyway,
100%.
something like that.
So it might not always be the easy picks.
Yes, and I think we should do it snake style, if you're good with that.
So like
You make the first
you
pick, I do
twice.
2 and 3, then you do 4. You know, like
Okay.
that. You good with that?
So we're gonna So we have a couple categories. You want to list off the categories here, and then we'll jump into the first
Yeah.
one.
So we have
We do have, depending on how long
we keep
yapping,
we do have either we could do like Star Wars
force wielders,
we could do
main movie themes,
as a whole we have a Marvel movie draft
as well as just villains in movies altogether. So we have a bunch of different.
categories there.
So we're gonna do our 5-round drafts. We're gonna pick our fantasy teams, starting 5.
Yes.
And then we're going to have you guys vote in polls. Tell
Yes.
us who has a better team.
Yep.
And the winner gets nothing.
You
Well,
tell
on the
them.
bright side, the loser gets nothing.
That's true. It's true. And they're not sold by that.
It's one way
I
to
don't
look
know
at
what
it.
will be.
It's one way to look at it.
All right.
All right,
So we're
what
going
are
to
we-
try and keep this quick.
So what are we starting? Yeah, we're going to try and get each of these under 3 minutes. We're going to like rip these
jet
off.
through these.
Okay. So,
First one.
do you want to start with the
The themes here?
I think we do. I think we'll start with
right,
main themes. So these
so-
are not the overall. It's not, for example, it wouldn't be the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers score. It would be the Hobbit theme from
Right. The specific theme.
Yeah,
So,
right.
And for the people watching on the podcast, the actual podcast here, I'm going to try and phrase it in this way that I could do it for a clip. So don't mind us. So.
Okay, perfect. All right.
Okay.
Should we do rock, paper, scissors, shoot to decide who gets the first pick? in
Yeah,
each-
let's do it.
each
Let's do
one?
it. Let's do
All
it.
right.
Rock.
All right.
you.
First
I got
pick.
you.
Go
First
for it.
pick. Okay.
So we're drafting movie main themes.
All right.
Okay. First pick. I'm going to.
He's a pirate from the Pirates of the Caribbean
Oof.
movies, which is
Great pick. I had that on my
my
thing.
personal favorite theme. So,
all time?
Yes.
You serious?
Yep.
Well, it's up there. It's up there. It's
Wow.
one of them. So, but I like the versatility because there's a lot of other stuff. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You got 2 and 3 now.
I'm gonna swing big. I'm gonna go with the Avengers theme.
That's upsetting. That's really upsetting.
All right, hold on. And then with my second pick, circling back, talked about how we hated it.
Oh no.
We really hammed up how we hated it.
Uh-oh.
I'm going Battle of the Heroes.
Oh.
Revenge of the Sith.
Oh yeah, that's a good pick. It's a really good pick.
I'm leaving the other one open for you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get a double combo here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take
With my second pick,
I'm gonna go ahead and take Duel of the Fates.
Yep.
and then with my
Third pick, I'm gonna go ahead and get the Rocky theme.
Ooh. Okay.
'cause I think that's fun.
Sure.
So I've got Rocky.
Solid, dude.
Okay.
With my next pick, I'm going the Interstellar theme.
Oh.
I'm gonna go with Stay.
Oh, that's really good.
And then with my fourth pick, I'm gonna go "Can You Hear the Music" by Ludwig Göransson from Oppenheimer. So the Oppenheimer theme.
Ooh.
That's good, man. That's good.
I'm gonna go a little old school for my next 2 picks here. So this is my last 2 picks, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go old school.
School to round it out. I'm gonna go ahead and take Jurassic Park as well as Indiana Jones themes.
Oh, dude, I had both those. Dang it, dude.
Those
All
are the
right, so
last
you're getting
2.
some classics in
Yes,
here.
here.
Son of a gun. All right. So you have Indiana Jones. Okay. And then I had Oppenheimer.
Yep.
With my final pick, concerning hobbits from Lord of the Rings, the Shire theme.
Oh yeah, that's a really good one. It's a banger. It's a banger.
Emotional,
It is emotional.
powerful, classic.
It just makes you feel like you need to smile and cry a little bit.
It does, dude.
You know-
and it's one of the few fantasy themes where it feels like in that universe, say what you want about the movies, whether you like them, whether you don't like them, the music is just as synonymous with the world as anything else.
Yep.
Like, it feels like the music is its own character that contributes to the immersion of the world.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the world without the music that accompanies it. So
Yep.
I'm throwing that in there. So
Okay.
all right.
So
Altogether, I took. I have.
and if you want to give yours too.
Yep.
All right.
I have He's a Pirate. I have Rocky. I have The Duel of Fates. I have Jurassic Park main theme, and I also have the Indiana Jones main theme.
Yep. And I have Battle of the Heroes, the Avengers theme, the Interstellar theme, Oppenheimer's main theme, and Concerning Hobbits, the Shire theme from Lord of the Rings.
All right. Let us know who won.
And why was it me?
Can I
Shout out a couple other themes while we're here.
Yeah.
Just-
honorable mentions.
I
I'll name some of mine as well.
I
Absolutely love one of my favorite themes. Period. We couldn't fit it into this draft. If you get a chance, listen to the Insomniac Spider-Man 2 theme. That is legit one of my favorite themes. Period.
That is so good. I love the Wonder Woman theme as well.
Mission Impossible. Gotta give
I
a
had
shout
Mission
out there.
Impossible. Yep.
The main Star Wars Force theme. The doo, 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 doo.
That one's so good.
There's just a bunch of other superhero ones you could draw from too that I obviously love.
100%.
Any of those.
I had The Lion King, whether it be The
Yep.
Circle of Life or This Land, with the music that comes when he like walks up the Pride Rock and he like finally roars.
Yep.
I had The Red Sea from Prince of Egypt. I don't think
remember
Now
that.
is the Best Time, which is like the final Maelstrom theme, and the music
Okay.
when Cutler Beckett's walking down the stairs in slow motion and everything.
Yeah.
Baby.
That's cool.
And One Day, which is Will's theme from
Oh.
Will Elizabeth's theme.
Yep. Yep.
I had the Portals theme from Avengers. I had
So good.
the Dune theme from Dune Part 2 with Kiss. I believe the main one that a lot of people think of is Kiss the Ring.
Yeah.
I had the Godfather theme. I had Time from Inception. I had E.T. I had Jaws, and then the Flight theme from Man of Steel as honorable mentions.
Okay.
I like that.
Eventually, we'll have to do like an actual ranking on some of these because
Yeah.
Those are cool.
there's just so many good themes, man. It's hard to pick between them. They're just,
I know, dude.
It's just that they're just a banger or they're not. You know.
And you
It's
and I
like-
are both suckers for just like a good movie score. So I
Yeah.
think that was tricky.
For sure. Okay. Do you want to go to? Do you want to go with the?
the Marvel movie draft.
Yeah, I think I'm fine
Alright.
going over to that.
This is going to be tight. We're doing for the Marvel movie draft. We're doing everything is open. So
Yep. Yeah. So this is legacy with the multiverse. Technically, everything's a Marvel movie, like
Yeah.
within the MCU.
if it contains a character originally made by Marvel, it's
So
good to go.
that includes the Spider-Man movies, like Tobey and Andrew. That includes the X-Men movies. It includes the old Fantastic Four movies. It even includes the Spider-Verse movies.
Yeah, don't be
because
taking-
You never know.
You better not be taking your 2015 Fantastic Four movie, man.
That's a good.
I'll
one.
try hard.
Yeah, try not to take it.
All right.
All right. Do you want to get first pick this time? Or are we doing it again?
I think we do it again.
All right.
Yeah, we'll see.
Ready? Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that works out.
It works out. All right.
So we're going to be drafting Marvel movies.
With the first pick, I'm taking Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
No.
This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about,
horrible,
dude.
man.
Just vulturing your
You're
buddy's
awful. You're awful. All right. I think I have a good combo here.
All right.
With pick 1, 2, and 3,
This is gonna kill
my
me.
first and second pick, I'm going Avengers Infinity War, and then I'm going Spider-Man No Way Home.
Okay.
I'm taking both those.
Okay,
That's
okay.
my first two.
Okay. Great picks. All right. Okay. Gosh. All right. With my next pick, I'm going Avengers Endgame,
Okay. I knew that was coming.
and I'm going Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
I'm leaving some open stuff for you.
Okay.
here.
Yeah.
With my next two picks, I'm gonna go Captain America Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna take Guardians 3, actually.
Oh.
I want to sprinkle a little humor, little emotional family kind of dynamic in there.
Okay.
So I'm taking that next as well.
Okay. I'm gonna go Guardians 1.
I was debating between the two, man.
And then with my last pick, I think I'm gonna go. It was a debate between a couple. I think I'm gonna go Iron Man 1.
Ooh.
purely based off the fact that we wouldn't have any of this
Mm-hmm.
if not for the first Iron
Yeah.
Man. Not because I don't think there's better stuff, but
Can I tell you, I actually feel like I got steal of the draft here in the position I'm in.
I think you probably did.
I totally
Had this on my list.
for a lot higher, and I just read over it.
So with my last pick, I'm taking Captain America: Civil War. So,
Wow, dude. Okay, so
I'm
Into the
warming
Spider-Verse
up.
isn't even getting drafted.
It's crazy, I know. You took my beloved. I already had a Spider-Man movie on there, and those two movies are just
so good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good.
Oh yeah.
All
right, so read off your team here, and then I'll...
my team.
Was Avengers: Infinity War, Captain America: Civil War, Captain America: Winter Soldier, Spider-Man: No Way Home, and Guardians 3.
Okay, and my team is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man 2, Guardians 1, Iron Man. That's close.
That is close.
That could
You
go
gotta let
either
us
way.
know in the comments who won.
Oh,
So,
baby. Go
vote
on.
on the poll.
That one might be pretty contested.
That's
there.
pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, that was pretty good. You want to give some honorable mentions that you had when you were...
Yeah, I mean, obviously you mentioned Into the Spider-Verse. We should have done.
Yep.
I would have honestly put up Deadpool if I missed a funny one.
Yep, I had
Thor
that.
Ragnarok as well, potentially. You had mentioned Guardians 1. I really wanted Guardians 1.
Even Thunderbolts is low-key in there. I watched, real quick aside, watched that movie again the other day. Oh my gosh, man.
That's awesome.
I was sitting on the couch watching. I was a little...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was
And
feeling it a little bit.
I think the impact of the first Guardians, I think, is similar to how we were talking about The Office with the paper. I think that the first Guardians movie really set the tone for like how comedy could translate into a more serious Marvel movie, and how you could still have a really substantial story to tell while also making people laugh and entertaining them in that way through humor. And you've seen a lot of Marvel movies try and replicate the Guardians formula that just can't be recreated, and they failed. But yeah, there's a magic about the first Guardians where you're like, what is this, dude? It's just very stylized and creative and unique, and yeah, it just changed everything. I think there's not been the superhero genre has not been the same since.
Yep.
Fully agree.
So great list. I also had like Logan, the first Avengers,
Yeah, I had
Days of
Logan
Future
as well,
Past. Yeah, so pretty good.
Good stuff.
All right, moving into villains.
I think I'm most excited for this one.
Yeah, I'm very interested with this.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so we're gonna be drafting villains in movies.
This is not just superhero or Star Wars or anything. This is all of cinema.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Ready?
Movie villains.
We doing a little. Gotcha.
Ah, okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. We're drafting villains in movies. With my first pick, I'm taking Darth Vader. He's the quintessential
Yeah, of
villain.
course.
I'm sorry.
You just gotta
He
take
had
him.
to go.
You had to go with him number 1.
All right. Give me your.
With my first pick, and I'm so happy I have back-to-backs here.
Yeah, it's...
With my first pick, I'm going Heath Ledger's Joker. And then with my second pick... I'm taking Thanos.
No, dude, that was my 2 and 3 as well.
Oh, that makes me really upset. I definitely think it drops a little bit.
Yeah.
With my second pick, I'm gonna go ahead and take Sauron.
Ooh, that's a good one, dude. Okay.
And third,
I'm gonna go to. He's just a staple of the villain industry, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to Michael Myers.
No, dude! I thought that would be a sneaky one.
Nope.
Son of a gun, dude. I had that written down. He's at the top. Oh, that makes me ill.
So he's my
That's
he's
such
my
a
3.
good pick, dude.
okay.
That bums me all the way out.
All right.
Oh, no.
All right. So you better get moving on that.
I gotta lock in here.
Yeah.
All right. With my next pick, I'm gonna go. We gotta have one more big name villain here, so I'm gonna go Voldemort.
Okay. I had him as well.
And then with my next pick, I think I'm gonna go a little bit less big name. I'm gonna go Hans Landa from one of Quentin Tarantino's movies that I can't actually say the name of because we're a family-friendly podcast.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay.
One of the best villains ever.
Yeah.
The first 10 minutes of that movie is just devoted to him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say like the first 10 minutes alone of that movie could be a short film and it would be award-winning.
Yeah.
And I 100% agree. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
And I love Christoph Waltz. He's like the Walton Goggins, like underappreciated, but just good in absolutely everything he's ever decided to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yep.
So I'm going with old Hans from Inglorious.
Okay. All right. Good pick.
Yep.
I'm gonna go because I need to fill my
Superhero quota.
Sure.
I'm gonna get
Loki.
Sure. Good one.
I'm having a tough time with this final pick because there's a lot of really interesting options on the board.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna go to
Davy Jones.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I know I've been really gassing up Pirates on this podcast, so I'm sorry to keep bringing it up.
Well deserved.
It's just so good.
There's a lot of other ones that I was really wanting to pick.
Pick there, so I'm feeling a little torn on that. But
That's a great one.
Okay.
so that's mine. So who's your last pick?
I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna stick with my smaller budget here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna hope that the film bros back me up here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Anton Chigurh from No
Okay.
Country for Old Men, Javier Bardem
Okay.
with the bowl cut,
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Okay,
All right.
And I'm gonna lock that
That's
in.
rounding out
out your list.
And that's the one where I feel like I that's the one draft we're doing where I wish I had 10 picks. Because there's a bunch of honorable.
other ones.
I had Gollum on here, Hannibal Lecter.
I had Hannibal Lecter too.
Yeah, I had Norman Bates from Psycho. I had John
Yep.
Doe from Seven. Michael Corleone, which you can make an argument he's not the antagonist, but he is. Emperor Palpatine, Captain Hook.
Yep.
There's a couple people that I bummed
Pennywise.
out. Yep, Pennywise is a great one.
I like Killmonger. I also went
Jaws, like the shark.
Yeah. Oh, there you
so
go.
That's
There you go.
interesting. Yep.
Kept people from sitting on the toilet for years.
I know. Okay,
So in all, you're five.
my five. I have Darth Vader. I have Sauron, Davy Jones, Michael Myers, and
And Loki.
And I have Joker, Thanos, Voldemort, Hans Landa, and Anton Chigurh.
All right. Let us know who won.
I don't know. That could go
That's
either way,
pretty.
too,
Dude, these are all pretty
Yeah.
good.
man. I'm not
You
gonna lie.
got all the big names here. You got the Avengers.
I did go big.
That's
name
the
on-
Avengers squad.
Yeah.
If it's a fight, you're winning.
But see, I think you've got a good mix there. You've got some top heavy talent, but you've also got those role players.
Yeah.
That really provide a different dynamic. So
Yeah, dude.
It's interesting.
mine all want to be the star, and so they might not mesh well on the court.
might-
So
yeah.
I'm not sure how they're gonna fit together on the court.
Okay.
All right, one more.
You want to do one more? Okay.
I do.
All right.
We have drafting.
We're doing Star Wars Force wielders. So-
Okay.
all right.
This is
So,
good or
yeah,
bad?
let's do it
Anybody
quick.
wielding the Force?
Yep. All right.
All right, first
I get
pick.
first pick.
Yep.
All right. So drafting Star Wars Force wielding characters.
Okay.
My first pick, I'm just going to Anakin Skywalker.
The back-to-back Darth Vader.
Yeah, I'm,
the back-to-back.
I'm doing it again.
All right.
Don't mess with ain't broke.
I guess not.
Okay.
This could get controversial, I think, because I have some opinions on this. So
With my first pick, and it kills me because there's a guy that just based off of how much I love the character, I would want to take him, but just
Okay.
based off of Force wielding, I think I have to go in a different direction.
Okay.
With my first pick, I'm going to go Luke Skywalker.
okay,
You have to.
My second pick, I'm going to go Sheev Palpatine.
okay, it's a good pick. It's a good pick.
And
This is
I'm
encompassing
leaving,
the whole Jedi idea, right?
I'm leaving
Or-
two people. Yes, and
Every
I'm
part of it.
yes, and I'm leaving two people off the board here that you're going to take, and I'm going to reach across the couch and
I think
tackle
I'm going to
you.
surprise you with one of the people I'm going to take.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and go with,
Obi-Wan,
and I'm gonna take.
take Mace Windu.
Oh no!
In my opinion, this is, I don't know if this is a hot take. I really don't know the scope of things. Mace Windu is the most powerful straight force wielder in the galaxy, in my opinion.
He's
In
fascinating.
his
dude.
prime, at least. That's
Fascinating.
shown.
You might be wiping some sort of.
I think he
floor
really
with
is. I mean, he beats almost prime Sidious.
Yeah.
Just like that.
it. Yeah.
I really think he's like Yoda couldn't do that.
What's interesting is his what do they call? There's like a technical name for it, but how he was able to master the light side of the Force and the dark side of the Force. And,
Yeah.
and he was able to channel the dark side of the Force through his combat so that it didn't overpower his emotions, but
Yes.
it strengthened him.
Stylized him more.
Dude,
Yeah,
so
too.
fascinating.
Yeah.
And George Lucas, the way he had written that kind of in the EU, really like fleshed it out. It was fascinating. There's something about how he had mastered both sides, but only used the dark side in combat.
Yeah.
And that's why in like Revenge, you see him like really making those faces that like a Jedi wouldn't normally make, and it's because he's like channeling like the darkest form of the Force to
Yeah.
try and defeat Palpatine. Crazy. What were you gonna say?
No, just
I wish he's one of the characters that I wish there's so much more that they could have done.
I
with
know.
him.
that he feels like.
Such a missed opportunity a little bit.
I know, dude.
Okay, so
I got my first three.
Yep. With my third pick, I'm taking Yoda.
Okay.
With my fourth pick, this is tricky. This is a bit tricky. I'm looking at two different people.
Okay.
Actually, 3.
This is where it really does get interesting.
I might hedge my bets here and hope that you don't take... I'm going to hedge my bets here and hope that you don't take this one person that I'm thinking of, and I think I'd be happy taking them at 5 if they're still there. But I'm going to go with 3. I'm going to go Darth Maul.
No, that was my next pick.
Okay.
That was my next pick.
Okay.
So good pick.
He's not the strongest,
No, but he's...
but he's formidable,
Yep.
and I'm taking him.
Yep. At this point in the draft, he's great support character,
Yes,
I think,
100%.
for sure.
He's a good flex.
Yep.
All right, go for it.
Do you get one more? You get one more, right?
No, because I took Yoda and Darth Maul. I think
yep,
you get...
yep.
Yeah.
Good call. Okay. All right. My next pick, I'm gonna go to. I don't like any of this left.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to.
Grievous? I mean, he's not technically a force wielder, actually, so do I... But I meant lower lightsaber / force wielder. Are we okay with that or no?
You did right, lightsaber wielder.
I don't know. What do you think? No? Yeah, I didn't really think about that too much.
If you don't have a backup guy that you
No, I have a
in mind,
backup.
that's fine.
Oh, no, I'm not going him.
Are you
I'm
sure?
gonna go ahead and go.
I mean, he's more powerful than half the force users that are out there. So
I'm going to go with Plo Koon
ooh
/
Qui-Gon.
no
That's my last 2.
no. Wait, so who did I miss? So you have Anakin, Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, Plo Koon,
Yep. Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon.
Yep.
Oh, and that is 5. Okay.
And
Yeah, Mace Windu. If you said that.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
It's a great team. That is a great team. With my last pick, I'm getting a little bit more dark side on my team.
Oh, do it. Draw from the well.
I'm going Count Dooku. Mr. Smooth. The only reason he died in Revenge, I'm gonna say it,
Yeah, I know.
because he was about 856 years old. I'm gonna say it. If he was a little bit quicker, a little bit more agile,
I think he still would have beaten Anakin. I'm not gonna lie. If he wasn't doing the bit for Palpatine,
yeah, I think he was toying with him.
he was toying with him.
Because Palpatine,
Isn't that proven?
There's
That's
a whole.
proven, yeah.
I think in the novel, I think there's something where it's like Palpatine like pulls him aside and is like, "Hey, so if you could just like kind of toy with them a little bit." So he
Yeah, and,
wasn't
like,
full
he said,
strength.
I think he said intentionally lose, and so that's why in the scene when you get Palpatine saying like "kill him now," that's why you get the reaction from Count Dooku where he's calm and all of a sudden he goes,
Right.
he's like losing it, and he's
Yeah.
like, "What is going on?" Yeah, but anyway.
But
That's a good pick. I didn't even have him on
you
my
trace
list.
it back,
I don't know how I
and
missed that.
you trace it back. You go Luke, technically Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, with Anakin, under Qui-Gon, under Dooku, who was under Yoda. So Dooku is right in that mix of like Qui-Gon, Yoda-esque, really top tier. You know what I mean? And then pile on top of his lightsaber or his light side power. You pile on the fact that he just turned to the dark side.
Yeah, no, that's a good pick.
And really, I don't feel he ever... It was funny because it seems like Dooku never joined the dark side for power ambition or for evil
Yes.
ambitions. It was more strategic. So he used
yep.
he used the power, but it was not prideful. It was
Yes. Okay. So in all, if we want to
read our drafts, I have first I took Anakin / Darth Vader. I have Mace Windu, Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Plo Koon.
awesome. And I have Luke, Palpatine, Yoda, Maul, and Dooku.
All right, you're gonna have to let us know who won.
Who wins?
Yes.
Heroes versus villains. Battlefront 2.
Yes.
Oh baby, come on, dude, that was fun.
I think we did good.
We're gonna have to
man.
come back to that, especially while football's
Do
going
we
on.
do that every time there's any sport now?
I think
Like
so.
Hockey.
In a month
you know,
when hockey starts up, we'll do it
we
again.
do that. WNBA fantasy. We'll be there for that.
You know, 2-week WNBA season. We will be there.
Which, by the way, a little side note for the people. I officially I'm up right now in the finals to win my WNBA league. So the league that Sam is also in.
I feel
so.
awful. Yeah, I forgot about it until like last week, and I checked, and I was like,
me
0-9.
Me too. Yeah, I had set my lineup for a while, so
Yeah.
I had done it for like probably 8 weeks,
Yeah.
and then I totally forgot, and then I checked, and it said I checked like 2 days ago, and it said I was in the finals.
Really, lock in.
I was like, this means more to me than you know. This is everything to me. Anyway, dude,
All right, dude,
I think
what do
we
you
had
think?
I think we had good stuff.
I think so.
I don't have anything else. Do you say? Do
I
you?
don't know. We already told
Do you?
people to subscribe. You
We already
gotta
did
imagine
that.
they already did.
You gotta imagine. Except the Chiefs fans, man. They're gonna be.
Yeah, we may have lost a sizable.
Yeah, I know. So yeah,
maybe.
again, thank you for everything. But as always, if Tom tries to come in through the door, you cannot let him in.